Okay, so today I wanted to do a quick video about the pallets. We bought another pallet. We buy some pallets. We've done some videos in the past. What makes this one a little unique is that we bought it without a manifest. So normally, you can go on and view from your liquidation companies. I'm out here with the animals, by the way, so when the dog starts, yeah, there she is. Anyway, so I'm curious. I haven't opened it yet. There's a couple, you can see where there's a couple places where the plastic is, kind of nicked open. But it comes completely packaged up. They tell you a approximate value. Like this one was, I think, $2,999 value. And it was all Amazon returns. So, we have not opened it. It is delivered. It can be delivered straight to your home as long as you have a place for a semi to turn around. So we had it put under our carport so that it would be kept in the dry. It's been a little rainy here. But there's so many people ordering online and so many returns that are going, happening so fast. Everybody's returning anything that doesn't work, but due to COVID, they're not going out and shopping like they normally would. So they're overrun with returns. And so they're trying to sell those liquidated pallets as quick as they can, those return pallets. So they can't even do manifests. It's taken too many people too long to type those up. So they're just throwing, and they estimate a dollar amount and they're just saying, sell it. So we bought one. The others we've all had manifests for, but this one's our first one. So I'm going to cut it open. I'll have to put the phone down so there'll be a pause, but I'm going to cut it open and show you just walking around it, what's in it. And then later, hopefully get a video if the value met what we paid. This one, I noticed most of them are selling now for over $1,000. We didn't pay $1,000, but with shipping, we're close to $1,000 on this one. And the value is supposed to be $3,000. So we'll see, of course, some of that's going to be thrown away. Some of the products that are no good or missing parts. And we've not lost money on any of the liquidation products that we bought, except one pallet of shoes that turned out to be not very valuable. But anyway, I will go ahead and cut this open and we'll see what's in it. So I just took the plastic off and it looks like really large, not too large to ship. We do most of ours eBay flip, but a lot of large pieces of, it's general merchandise. I knew it was general merchandise. I should have said that in the previous video, but this looks like maybe kitchen appliances. Let's take a look. So I saw a dehumidifier, a countertop oven, slow cooker, slow juicer, air fryer, another type of toaster oven, cotton candy maker. Oh my gosh, the dog. I'm so sorry. What is that? Oh, that's, yep. Air fryer. Is that a meat grinder? Juice extractor. Black & Decker. These are big toaster ovens on the bottom. What is down here? It looks like maybe some other kind of toaster oven or microwave, maybe. Eat Good, Feel Good by Dasha. It looks like another air fryer. So it may be a pallet of air fryers. I've seen whole pallets of air fryers because they were such a big deal all at once. And then I guess companies had so many produced that they had to sell them en masse. But anyway, I will get this moved into the shop a little bit at a time. And if anything great pops out, of course, I'll do a little video on it. But that's what is in my general merchandise $3,000 value pallet from Amazon Returns is right now. Okay, everyone, I wanted to go ahead and do a video. I told you I would follow up. We're going to post about my pallet that we bought we had no idea what was in it. They were the small appliances for the kitchen. There was an assortment of them. We have some of them out here. Some of them I've already sold. We'll show you the ones that have sold. Of course, nothing sells for retail. It usually comes in damaged and or used. This was probably, I really was excited about this pallet because it was kind of a mystery coming in. Sunk a little more money into it than I wish I had. Like I said in another part of this video, probably almost $1,000. With shipping, of course, and now they're all going much higher than that. I just caught it at an off time, I guess, that day. But you don't know what's in it, and I think that's what's important with this video is explaining not only what was in it, or how everything, what it looks like when you open it up, how damaged it actually was. And this was one of the more damaged pallets we received. Probably why it was strapped up tight and black. So we'll just start with this. Like this microwave, this retro microwave. Are you getting this in the?
Yes.
It has a huge dent in the top. It's brand new. I mean, it's brand new. So whoever received it, let me turn my phone off. Whoever received it, opened it up, and it was damaged from the beginning. Now it still works. Everything is inside it. So I mean, yes, it can be sold, I guess, but it's not at near the value that it should have been. Something else that I want to mention before I forget, when we show the other few items that we have, I went through and wrote down everything before I dismantled and got everything, put in different places as, this is junk, this is not of any value, this is only parts. One thing that I did is I wrote everything down in my notes on my phone. So if I have my phone out, that's what I'm doing. I wanted to see if it met that $3,000, $2,900 value that it was posted as. And it did, surprisingly. If I went to Amazon and pulled up the item, it may range $20 to $40 difference here and there, but I went ahead and took the higher price mark, added it up, and it was right at $3,000 worth of items. Had they been good, it would have been $3,000 worth of items. They were not good. This is my least favorite pallet. It took me a really long time because I'm constantly asking someone to go get me another piece of small appliance so that I can look at it, plug it in, figure out if it's any good, what problem it has. So it took a little time also, not to mention that you can't ship this stuff very well because it's heavy, and it gets damaged easily. So this, very cute microwave, a little retro microwave. Maybe a teenager would appreciate that, but it's very dented. So it is, I think I posted it on eBay as dented goods, but it's very, very low price point. So let me see here. The next thing we have, this was probably the worst item in the whole palette. It's made by Philips. Something I have found out in any kind of product, if it's of great value, I always try to get something out of it. So it was the most expensive item in the entire palette, $350 extra large air fryer. So it was brand new. Still got the papers in it. Nothing had been used on the inside, but this would do like a whole chicken. That's what I'm saying. When it's extra large, most people, they don't have one this big. These are a little more expensive, and it's nice, but it was damaged, of course, in shipping. So look at this hole. Like there's actually wires exposed. So I thought, well, I wonder if it would still work. Like if a person didn't have a problem with seeing the wires, but of course with an air fryer, it has to be complete. It cannot work. It plugged in and came on, but it would not run, of course. And if you contact Philips, which I do with many of the items that I get, because I hate to completely lose on an item. I hate to say, let's just throw this out. We may take apart and just sell the basket on the inside. If, this one, I don't know if it comes out or not. Yeah, it does. So like this may be a replacement part that somebody would need. Maybe they broke their handle on it or something. There's an extra piece down here. This is actually attached, I think. Yeah, this is attached to the bottom, so you can't actually take it out. Brand new, perfectly fine until it was shipped, it was quite tragic. So, and I can't even use it myself. This is not something that's usable at home. But another item that I've actually already sold was a juicer. I forget what the brand was on the juicer. Omega multi-juicer. It was the other most expensive item. Actually, you know what? It was $380 value if you bought it brand new. When it came in, when we pulled it out, there were pieces of, I thought I videoed it and I can't find it. There were pieces of plastic, black plastic, falling off of it. So I couldn't find out where they went, and it looked like it was whole, and I don't know a lot about juicers. I think I called it a meat grinder in my other video. I think I said, that's a meat grinder because it looked similar. But when I pulled it all apart, all the pieces, it looked like someone had used it maybe once, one of the attachments, and that the hub assembly, when I looked it up, that's actually what it was called, the hub assembly, where you attach all the items and then it turns it, was broken. It was cracked. So they sent it back after, there was even some pulp, I think, in one of the pieces. So I contacted the company and told them I needed to know how to purchase replacement parts. I didn't say, hey, I bought this and it's damaged, please send me free stuff, because they're gonna want your receipt. They're just not gonna send you free stuff. They want to make you happy, but they want to make sure the original buyer, or that you paid retail for it, before they're going to make you happy. So I immediately talked to someone via email, And then I ordered the part, we replaced the part, and I sold that for $230, and it was delivered. There's been no problem with it. The buyer's completely happy as far as I'm aware. Of course, they have some time to come back and say there's an issue with it, but none of the things that I've actually sold has had any issue from a buyer. So we've sold 2 of the Germ Guardian. There were 2 different types. There was one more expensive than the other, of course, and then one had a filter and one did not. They had both been opened, I think, and turned on and used. You know, I couldn't tell why they would have been returned. There was no problem. I mean, they both seemed to work. Sold one for $75, but the value was, you know, probably $120. And then I sold another for $45, I believe. I've got the pictures. We're going to post that on this video of I think I sold 5 items so far on eBay. The nostalgic cotton candy maker was, I think, valued about $59, and I sold it for $35. The lady was from Puerto Rico, I think, and actually paid extra shipping to get it there. So, you know, the moral of this, and the reason I want to do this video, I don't love doing the videos. I feel like that they're very informational and you can learn a lot of real things. I wanted to do this video because I think people should know what they're getting when you can't see a manifest. And you always run the risk of getting very used items or some trashed items because people are just terrible. They'll send back things that there was actually food in some of the items that we received back. There was like crusty French fries in some of the air fryers, and I don't understand that. I don't understand why people would do that other than they're just aggravated and they just ship it back. But then you're buying this and you've got to deal with the nasty food particles that somebody left, or that they put something broken off of their machine or their broken machine in the new box and sent it back. I mean, one of the items was completely, I think it was an air fryer, was completely, like it burned up, like it caught on fire. So there's no parts of it that are worth anything. There were several items that we sold because they were too heavy on Facebook. We put it on Marketplace. I don't know how long that's going to be free. I don't see that being a long-lasting thing. You know, everyone wants to make money. So, and I feel like Marketplace is flooded with this type of thing because everyone is trying to have a side hustle. You know, everyone wants to make that money on the side because of, not just because of COVID, but because everything just costs more and we're home and we're trying to figure out a way to make money. So I've listed a couple microwaves that are just very heavy or that had a small dent in them. I have sold an extra large toaster oven. I think we sold it for $50 and it valued at $110. I sold I think it was an espresso maker. It valued at like $130 or $150 and I sold it to a friend for $100. I have figured it just in my head, and the numbers that you'll see when you come through with eBay, of course you don't make all of that money. I heard someone say one time you take 13% off, and of course you don't count your shipping because you're out the shipping. But if I took 13% off of my eBay items, I'm just under $500 on eBay. The things I've sold on Marketplace, the 2 or 3, 4 things, and we have a few things. We have a small flea market booth that it's also another way we try to move things that are hard to ship. Those, you know, we've sold $200 to $300. So I'm not drowning in this. I haven't completely went upside down in it. I have a few more items posted. I think I went through everything. Now I think there's one more humidifier that I've noticed that is probably still out in our shop right now that we need to locate. So there's chaos out there. But for the most part, I've probably broken even, but I've put a lot of effort into this. I've ordered parts. I have researched the values. I have worked on things that didn't work. You know, I'm not a small appliance mechanic. So, you know, my husband, who's holding the camera, has laughed at me and said I ought to get a second job because I have messed with stuff sometimes and gotten it to actually work because I couldn't figure it out or I wasn't putting it together correctly. But that's what I wanted this video to be about. I won't keep talking about it. I mean, I could list every product and tell you about every one of them. Yeah, this air fryer had no handle. I wasn't going to show 2 air fryers, but, and then the basket's actually missing from this one. So this may be the one that burned up. Yeah, that's what this one was. Someone actually took the basket out of it because, you know, the handle and the basket that go inside it are all one piece. So the basket's gone and it came just with a burned up bottom. So it's not any value.
Didn't that have a crack in it also on the side?
I don't think this one was cracked. No. Well, no, it's just a scratch. No. This one was heavily used, though. I mean, the outside of it looks like someone took a Brillo pad and took the shine off of it. They look like they really scrubbed it. So I'm wondering if it didn't try to catch on fire, like a grease fire or something.
I see.
But in a nutshell, I felt it was super important to go ahead and get this done. I got this in, I think my pictures dated back to October 20th, and it took a while. Like I said, I'm busy. Just got home from work tonight. It's 2 days before Thanksgiving. It's super busy time. I'm like, please, please piece this video together for me and put it out there for all those people who are looking at the general merchandise, black wrapped, don't know what's in it, valued at $3,000 pallets from your liquidators. My experience, not great. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys. Okay, one last thing I didn't mention. There's many videos that we watch trying to learn how to do things a little better, a little different, or just be a little more organized. When you get something like this, has anybody had any luck in any other way? I know, there's people who scrap the cords for the copper. I'm pretty sure that that's of some sort of value. But, the company's not going to do anything about it. I don't have original receipts. So what has anyone else done with it? Maybe comment on this video. And of course, everyone always says like or subscribe or share. So I hope everyone enjoyed the video today. Thanks.